Hello! Today's video is going to be quite a bit different to pretty much everything I've done, but I thought I'd talk about mental health because it's something that personally affects me, so I think I can have a valid opinion on it, and I just thought I'd share some of my experiences, but mostly just to try and help anyone who's going through a similar thing, or just ways to basically cheer you up a bit. Especially in like workplaces, I've found most people, they don't know what it's like to just randomly feel absolutely devastated over nothing. Literally nothing, and you can just feel it just come over you, and you're like, why am I crying? There is literally nothing to cry over. Why? And yeah, it's pretty shit, really. So I know what it's like. I mean, if you're going through that and you're thinking, why does nobody understand? Why has nobody else been through this? Why does anyone get what I'm saying? Well, I do. Trust me. If it means anything, I am a human and I understand exactly what it's like. There's nothing wrong with you at all. It's just something that some of us have to deal with, and actually most of us have some sort of basically I'm doing this as a coping mechanism because I like doing it. I like, editing. I like it's quite satisfying to complete a video and have it uploaded with a thumbnail and everything. I just hope people enjoy it, and that's something that recently I've started doing again, and I really like it, so yeah. But yeah, I was just kind of gonna go to bed because I got sad, but I thought no, do something productive at least. But yeah, basically I haven't been like officially diagnosed with anything, but it's basically been hinted that I've got like depression, I guess, a bit of anxiety. I've experienced a lot of symptoms of like a lot of different things, like even BPD. I've had some of the symptoms of that, just I can relate to them. I don't know what that means, but there we are. So yeah, one of the things you can do, like if you come home from work, or even if you don't work, I find doing just like a pamper session really helps. If you do have time to do that, it's really important to just have a good hour, 2 hours to yourself, where you can just treat yourself, just be on your own, just try and relax. Taking deep breaths is very important. That definitely helps. If I ever feel overwhelmed, I'll just sit there, just go breathe in for 3 seconds and breathe out for 3 seconds. So go in, just do that a few times. I think that really helps you kind of put things into perspective. Like, I get overwhelmed sometimes over silly little things that don't actually, they're not actually that important, and they're nothing to really worry about. But when you're in like that state, you can't help it. Like, you just start panicking and you breathe really heavily, and you feel like you can't get out of that situation. Like you have to, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but it's really important to just try and focus and just breathe slowly, first of all. Like, strip it back to the basics, breathe. So once you've controlled your breathing, one of the things I've heard about is if you are feeling overwhelmed, I've completely gone on a tangent here, but I'm just going to continue because it seems to make sense. Is think of 5 things that you can see. So in the room you're in, on a bus, on a train, wherever you are, outside even. 5 things you can see, and then 5 things you can hear, and so on. So 5 things you can see, 5 things you can hear, 5 things you can smell, if you can manage that, and then 5 things you can touch, I think the other one was. Something like that, just using your senses to try and take your mind off whatever you're worrying about, because I'm sure it's nothing worth stressing over. Unless it is, then you best sort it out. Anyway. Hello, this is me editing. I just realised I forgot like some of the main things in this video, which is really annoying me. Something that's really important to do is make sure you're eating properly. So make sure you try and have breakfast, which is something I don't do as much now anymore, but it really does give you a boost for the day and you're not like drained as much. Seeing your family is really important. Like if I go to my grandparents' house and then as soon as I leave I'm like so much happier and like, I don't know, it's just really nice. So make sure you see your family and talk to them about life, ask them how they are, even just to give them a ring maybe. Exercise is really important as well, even if it's just going for a walk. Like that helps me a lot anyway. If I'm like stressed about something, I will just go on a walk. It's like a mountain up by my house and I'll just walk up there, might bring my dog. Sometimes you just need to go on your own and just, I don't know, get some fresh air and just really think about things, like I said earlier in the video, put things into perspective a bit more. And yeah, so that's just something I wanted to add because I felt like it was important. One thing I do like to do is a pamper session, so just get home, or if you're already home, get your ass in the shower. Sometimes you have to force yourself. I'm guilty of this. That's kind of the first thing that goes if I ever get like sad, like if it gets bad, I don't want to shower. Like it's really hard to get in the shower. I don't know why, because it's not, showering isn't bad. But yeah, so force yourself to get in the shower. Or even if you can't do that, it's okay. Just know that's perfectly fine. If you can't do it, it's fine. Just go take a nap. Go and watch some YouTube or something. Do something that you like doing. But if you can manage to get yourself in the shower, do it. And use your favourite shampoo, body wash, conditioner. Shave your legs, whatever you want to do. Make yourself feel pretty. I've recently bought a load of Body Shop things to just for kind of that purpose really. It does make you feel better if you smell nice, if your hair's nice and soft, if your skin's all soft. You kind of, I don't know, it helps me anyway. If I feel a bit, I don't know, more human, then I don't know, it just makes you a bit happier, more put together maybe. Anyway, so yeah, use all your favourite products, use a hair mask, you could even do a face mask before you get in the shower, whatever, or when you get out. I kind of do mine before I get in the shower so then I can wash it off. Paint your nails, you know, I've done mine recently. Not really sure about the colour though, I might have to redo them, but yeah. Paint your toenails, just moisturise, you know, all that stuff, just do all of it. And then once you've done that, you should be in a better place than you were before, because where was I going with this? I don't know. Basically, just pamper yourself, just treat yourself. Another thing that really helps is listening to music. If I'm sad, sometimes I listen to sad songs, but that's okay. If you need to cry, just cry. Don't try and stop yourself, because that makes it worse. If you start thinking of like really sad things, just let them pass. One of the things I learnt when I went to this, it's an NHS kind of course, I can't remember what it was called. It's some sort of therapy thing, and it's in a group, and you basically, there was probably about 30 people there, and you all listen to this PowerPoint There's 3 girls that were presenting it, and they were all lovely, and there's some activities in there as well. Like one of them was look at your palm for like 30 seconds or a minute, just to look. Basically it's just kind of like distraction from the world, because the world's a pretty shit place sometimes. So just to appreciate, you know, if you've got working hands, some people don't, you know, so just be like, wow, hands. You know, does that make any sense? Anyway, one of the things I learnt in that act, it was called Activate Your Life. ACT stands for, what was it called? Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, I'm pretty sure. And that's basically just accepting that if you feel sad, you feel sad. There's not always a lot you can do about it. So it's just accepting those sad thoughts and then letting them drift away. You'll think about them, sure, but then they'll go and you'll think about other stuff, and that's okay. Everyone thinks some pretty dark thoughts sometimes. I know I do. But that's completely natural. That's how your mind is. Your mind is pretty negative, unless you're really lucky and everything's all flowers and daisies, but even then I'm pretty sure you must think some dark things sometimes. One of the activities we did as well was we all had to sit there. You don't have to speak in this, so if you ever come across the NHS, I want to say courses, but they're not courses, you just kind of turn up there once a week and they read out this big old PowerPoint to you with all these ways to help yourself and like educating you on how your mind works and what kind of therapies exist, why they exist, what they do, and it was really good. The one that I went to, there's like a stress control one, there's all sorts. So yeah, that's one thing that you could do as the waiting list for actual therapy and counselling. The waiting list for counselling are ridiculous. So in the meantime, it's just helpful to do things like that, because it definitely helped me, because I was doing pretty bad. I was having just like episodes every other day in work, and it was just getting awful to the point where my manager suggested this to me, so that was nice of them. But yeah, so it's just an idea. One of the activities we had to do is we all had to sit there. Well, this guy on a video told us to, you had to close your eyes and imagine you're sat on a riverbank and it's a warm summer's day and you just sat there feeling the grass with your hands. Oh, it's so lovely, you can see the river floating by. And then you had to imagine that any bad thought that comes into your head needs to just land on one of these leaves falling from the trees. So your bad thought needs to land on a leaf and float down the river. So you just imagine that, basically. So spend a few minutes just chilling. Just imagine you're on a riverbank and let any thoughts, any bad thoughts at all that come into your head just float away. And I think that definitely helps when everything gets a bit overwhelming. Like bad thoughts do, well, they can get too much sometimes. So just to think about something like that helps me anyway. Another thing that helped was, I've got a memory of a fish, I can't remember anything. Oh yeah, so your mind, one of the things they taught you to do is to be mindful, so that's just, it's only really Welsh then, that's just doing that, liking it. Just noticing everything around you, that's what they were saying. Just take a moment to just notice everything in the room, like what it looks like, what the textures are like, what the colours are like. Just notice everything. You just listen to anything that's going on around you, any smells, if you're in South Wales. There's some interesting smells if you go outside. just notice everything, because it's easy to just take advantage of everything and just think, oh, another day, same shit, different day. But you don't really notice what you're actually doing sometimes. So just really think about what you're doing. Does that make sense? Tell me that makes sense. Tell me one thing I've said in this entire video makes sense and I'll be happy. One of the things that helped me was when I'm thinking like bad things about myself. So say if you were like, oh, I'm so stupid, or I'm such an idiot, why did I do that? You're not an idiot, you just made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, and that doesn't mean you're stupid, doesn't mean you're an idiot, doesn't mean that you're not like still a perfectly decent person. Depends what you did, I mean, you know. So if any thoughts like that come into your head, so very like critical thoughts, just think about it like this. It's not true, it's just what my mind's telling me. So say if you're thinking to yourself, I'm ugly. Well, that's not true, because there's no true definition of ugly. So it doesn't mean you are, it just means your mind's being critical. So it's just something your mind is saying, and you just need to ignore it, basically. If you want to think you are the most beautiful person on earth, you think that, you know? There's no right or wrong. If you want to think like that, that's a great way to think. And yeah, so just don't take your mind seriously, don't listen to any of the bad things it's saying. That's just how it is. Unless, like I said, you're really lucky. I'm not sure if I went into detail about the music thing, I'm just kind of
saying things that pop into my head. But I feel like it's better that way, it's more natural. Like, this is how I would give advice to someone. This is how I talk, basically. I'll start with one topic and then I'll drift into 50 others, and people are probably like, Sophie, where is this story going? And I'm like, I don't know. It's happening right now.
Anyway, music. Listening to music absolutely helps so much. If I'm feeling sad, I'm in my car. If I'm not driving, I will get my phone and I'll put on like Mamma Mia or something, like the soundtrack from it. What I'm trying to say is ABBA songs, you know? Lots of people don't like ABBA, but you can't deny they got some good shit that's upbeat and it's happy and it'll just make you smile, you know, even if you don't like ABBA, they got some good stuff. Paramore, I've always loved Paramore. They have some really good songs, like some empowering songs. If you just go through all of their songs, like go on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever, on YouTube, and just have a listen to some of their songs. Like, they have all sorts. How did I go from ABBA to Paramore? Don't know, that's just my music taste. But any songs that make you feel happy. Old songs are good. You've got like disco songs from like 2009, 2010. There's just some good songs that make you want to like dance and stuff, you know. Or songs that you like singing to. Singing definitely helps, no matter how good or bad you are. Just let it out, just belt it out, you know. Because music 100% helps me anyway. Even right now, if you're sad right now, if you're just sat there in silence, like what am I doing with my life? Put some songs on. You know, dance around your room while you're doing your pamper session. Stick some good songs on, you know? Even some bad songs, like whatever. In conclusion, basically just focus on yourself more. Relax. Try and focus on your breathing and notice everything around you rather than what's going on inside your head. Because that stuff isn't real. The stuff around you is real, and you'll only experience it all once, as far as I know. This is me trying to be motivational. I'm terrible at motivating myself, but I'm trying. And that's the most important thing. Try. Do something. anything I've suggested in this video, if you listen to a few songs, you had a little sing, made you smile a bit, that's something. And just do whatever the hell makes you happy. That's what I'm doing right now. And I really hope this helped someone. Like, if anyone found this the slightest bit helpful, that is all I want, basically. I just want someone to benefit from this video. And yeah, I hope everyone's all good. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! Bye bye!